Welcome, everyone, to Blood and Iron, Dead Man's Hand. Last we left off, Shriek and Alex had taken the girls, Jordan and Julie, to go and see Raphael, the hound, who makes his claim to domain nearby or inside the Arlington city limits. As part of the sort of reclaimed of the Camarilla. And thus, having laid out a plan to have Jordan and Julie be fed by searching out some of this Second Inquisition threat and perhaps dealing with two birds and one stone, Shriek proposed that this be a sort of test almost. A way to give Raphael a semblance of Jordan and Julie's capabilities, as well as put a pin in their potential ability to join the Camarilla. As kindred with no apparent sire presence, the two girls are in limbo in a moment. So, that is where we're going to start. As everyone was getting ready to leave to go and hunt for these black vans, to find where they might be patrolling, be lurking, anything. That's when, Shriek, you notice that you see Kane's vehicle start driving up.
Well, well, well. Look at that. Somebody's fridge not working, Maytag's here.
Good evening. Alex, I just came from the shop. Something's up. Their power's out. They got no utilities. They're freaking out. You might want to go handle that.
Oh,
Christ.
goody.
Really? Lights out? Power? What else?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to deal with that. Sorry to ditch on you, Shriek.
Sure. Leave me with the walking fridge.
I'll be fair. I'm more your type than she is anyways.
Yeah, but for me to carry you around, I need a dolly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, you all have fun. I'm going to go and take care of business, and maybe I'll catch up with you later. Try not to, I don't know, get into too much outside of your own wheelhouse. And she goes to her vehicle and gets in it and starts to drive away. Unless you all have something to say first.
No, I just look over at Shriek. So, what's on the agenda? Oh, before I forget, and I'll look at the twins. I need to talk to you later about skill sets and what you guys can do. And I'll look at the one, is it Julie that's the Organivore?
Yep.
I may have a way for you to eat without... Well, that's a little bit... If it works, it's better.
I'm not sure I understand.
He's trying to be a nice guy in here, court favor with you early in order to end up making sure that you're not leaving bodies all over the place, Derry. Please try and catch up.
It's just a lot to take in.
Let's just say we get them from somewhere that they won't be missed and they're already gone. Instead
Already
of making
gone.
our own.
Not sure on how I feel about that, but hey, not my problem.
Hmm.
So, ladies, Hound Singleton, Kane, let's get going, as right now I am a little parched, and I think that's just going to be a wonderful time to end up going out and enjoying a nice banquet. Some meals on wheels, if you will.
That sounds delightful. Kane's actually kind of hungry too, so.
I guess we're all aboard the meal train.
Glad to know we're all in this together.
You know, I missed a good food truck.
Yeah, well, the problem was it didn't put its brakes on and try and reverse it to hit you the second time.
I don't know that that the food truck would actually survive a hit with Kane.
It'd be an
Let me
interesting experiment.
believe.
I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy.
Honey, you don't know anything about my fantasies. But that's going to take all night.
And I'd rather not.
Oh, I'm sure you rather would.
So,
Let's...
who's jumping into what vehicle?
I'm going to be here keeping the ladies' car. After all, somebody has to be the guiding parent around here, and there's ditched.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That and Kane
interesting
brings a big bad van that is really good for carrying bodies should it be needed, or other things. It's not quite a swinger's van, but it'll do.
Our places for tie-down straps.
Keep going.
I'm not thinking about that right now. And I'm going to start walking to the van.
and Raphael will start going to his own vehicle, which turns out to also be a van.
Would be surprised given the fact that he owns a storage unit facility.
Storage facility. Yeah, it's more like a Now that you mention it, it's more like a moving truck. Like one of those that has like the big box
truck.
cars. Yeah, big box trucks.
Looks like a more well-maintained U-Haul.
Yeah, I mean it's unlabeled, so there's no company label on it, or if there was one, it's all been scraped off, and just has a simple sort of orange paint job to it.
Well, I would just follow Shriek.
All right. So, Shriek, are you kind of leading this investigation? What you doing?
I was hoping to end up leaning more on Singleton, but I'll gladly end up taking the lead if that's the case. We have traffic information. We have general idea what they're looking for. We know where they were looking at last. Hey, ladies, there's the body. So, unless there's some information I am missing, I think we got almost everything to work off.
Okay. Well, let's...
Would we want to do a huddle around the map to figure out before we go?
I mean, you can. Yeah, that's kind of the idea, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you want assistance on like being able to kind of make a route in a way, then yeah, you can do that. Let's see. Let's make that. It's going to be a resolve and investigation. And anyone who has investigation can assist.
I'm going to do something stupid and rouse the blood. I am now at 4 hunger.
Oh.
I will assist.
I presume Singleton has investigation, but what about the twins?
Well, let me look at their sheet. Just my luck. I haven't finished a sheet. I'm gonna say you're gonna get assistance from Jordan, but not from Julie.
Okay, that is 4.
Ooh, no, that's 6, my guy. That's a messy crit.
That's a messy crit whether I like it or not. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the perfect compulsion you roused for anyway. So you cannot take your mind off of the fact that you are hungry. For the life of you, no matter how much you try and focus, you look at Kane, you look at Jordan and Julie, you look at Raphael, you look at the pedestrian walking down the street. All of them look like fantastic meals right now. All of them. They don't even have to be sleeping. You just want to sink your fangs into the nearest neck possible.
Yeah, that is an understatement.
So for this investigation, you will be at a -2 penalty for all dice pools that don't have anything to do with feeding, which is kind of what you're intending to do tonight. Sort of.
Okay. So anything that might deviate.
We just want to talk to the Capri Sun before we drink it.
Yeah, so,
Yourself.
the actual hunting roll might not be at penalty, but any kind of investigation leading toward that might.
Okay, I will leave it at your own discretion.
All right. But since you are at Hunger 4, it does mean that even getting a whiff might be enough to send you over that ever-glorious edge. You know the one that makes you lose all inhibitions and control. The one you can barely rein in sometimes, right, Shriek? So, with that being said, since it is a crit, you plan a route. It's a good route. It seems like it would cover the most amount of area in the least amount of time and can be done several times in order to get the broadest sort of broad brush the entire domain in a couple of sweeps to get that idea. Because what do they say? That the perpetrator will return to the scene of the crime? Well, in this case,
true for the same for investigators.
True for investigators as well. And if both parties are doing a little bit of both, then eventually they'll run into each other, right? So, with the route planned out, and it looks great. It looks exactly as one should expect. It is. And you start to follow this route, where you plan it where there are a couple of branching paths where, the one car goes one way, one car goes the second way, and another car goes a third. Moving forward, and meeting up once in a while. But during one of these branching points, Shriek, is when you find it. A gem. That little gem that you're looking for. Plateless black van. Parked. Maybe a little obfuscated, trying to look as if it's blending into the rest of the parked vehicles nearby this sort of shopping center. But it's late. The shops are closed. And there's maybe one other vehicle that's parked in this parking lot as well. But you also know that Kane and Raphael have taken their own vehicles. Have taken a branching path on the route, and thus are not present at the moment. What do you do?
I end up calling up Singleton as Kane. It's impossible to end up contacting him in order to get here, but he has the route, so he'll end up getting here soon enough, I'm sure. But
I'll circle back in half an hour.
Half an hour might be a little too long, but we're gonna move pretty soon. I end up giving Singleton a quick call, letting him know, as I end up leaning into the ladies here. Julie, Jordan, inside there is likely a group of individuals who would sooner kill you than end up asking questions. And if they are in the mood to ask questions, it's going to end really badly for the lot of you. And that's also our meal tonight.
That's, okay.
So, whether we burn or whether we eat comes down to how well we do. So, I'm gonna presume that neither of you has a particular point of experience in this kind of thing.
Not directly, not like this.
Alright. Look closer, sweetheart. Tell me what you see. Look at him. Look in the mirrors. Look in every part of it. After all, you got those kind of eyes, don't you?
Well, that's more Jordan.
Well, Jordan, what do you see?
I don't see anything. Nothing out of the ordinary. Aside from that it's a black panel van, which are weird.
Focus your eyes a little bit more.
And it's got no license plate. Obviously, that's a little weird.
What about who's inside it?
Can't tell from this angle.
Now, what kind of angle are we looking at?
You are... So the panel van is the... So the way I imagined it is that you're kind of driving along the street and have come to a stop. And that from the street is where you're looking at and you're looking into the front driver and passenger window and windshield, where there's it kind of it's dark inside, you can tell, and from what you see as well is that there isn't a window between the bulk of the van's kind of storage space. It's like there's no window there.
The only windows are in the front, and
yeah,
that's it. Even the back windows are covered up.
There are no windows. Yeah.
Okay. so there's only the driver's side, passenger side, windshield. So I'm going to have them look, and its rear is kind of facing us, right? That's
No,
what
the
makes
front
it
is
so
facing
difficult.
you.
Oh, the front is facing us. Well, ladies, Raphael will be here in for many minutes. So I'm going to go do what I do best. My suggestion is if things get a little bit out there, it's time to end up stepping up to the plate. I don't care if you gotta hit him with your car or you gotta end up jumping into it. But know that your hunger is gonna go a lot. It's gonna go away a lot quicker when you get to end up sinking fangs into that. And I want me a piece. So, pardon if I skip when I say grace. But I'm gonna end up going in. You can see that his fangs are already out as he pops the door to the car and steps out, starting to take a pathway to avoid, or to act like he's walking down the street, but then to avoid the rear view mirrors, to avoid anything else, trying to stealth up as best he can. Given the fact that this is a parking lot to a mall that is, or a small shopping center that is currently closed, I imagine there's not a whole lot of light. Maybe the occasional street light to illuminate the parking lot, but there's enough dark to hide in.
All right.
Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that I could make some kind of check to realize that maybe I don't see Singleton or them anymore, that I can show up earlier than a half an hour?
Yeah, because there's gonna be a point at which the route is to join back together again, and based on the plan, is everyone's supposed to meet up at the exact same moment, and if they don't, you'll know something's up. So go ahead and make me a wits awareness and see if you can realize this even sooner than that point. Yeah, there's a point at which you would be able to see their vehicles, even if you're not necessarily right beside them. And coming up on that point, you don't see their vehicles at all. Both vehicles have actually not arrived.
Okay, I would double time it down the route to try to find them.
To circle back. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll arrive relatively soon. Raphael's going to get there before you do, and then you'll arrive. Shriek is going up to the actual van, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of slinking forward towards it. Okay. Just as you're, getting close, Raphael's vehicle does pull up alongside, and the girls and he start to have a conversation about what you're up to. Not that they see you or anything like that. You're using obfuscate?
At this point, no.
At this point, no? Okay.
Just relying on that it's dark and that I am particularly nimble.
Yes, dark and nimble. Alright, so make me a dexterity stealth. This will be at penalty. Okay, very well done, even at penalty. Alright. You are nimble. You are quiet. Taking full advantage of the fact that your steps are light. that you have done this dozens of times before, just in a less open setting. It's often inside of a home that you're purposefully being this quiet, but skills come in when they need to.
One can hope.
So slinking up to the van, you do confirm that the back of the van is completely sort of blacked out or not even have any windows installed. It's even slinking around to the back door. It's a solid door. Peering in, there is nothing to peer through. There's no glass.
Do I hear anything? Listening for prey.
Yeah, you hear something. You hear the clacking of buttons. You hear silent conversation, but you don't make out the words.
Would it be possible to activate heightened senses in order to potentially listen in on that conversation?
Of course it
The
would.
fact that it's only really a panel door between me and the conversation.
Yeah, of course it would. So roll wits awareness plus auspex at penalty.
All specs and penalties, so that's going to be a -1. Yeah, still a success.
It is a success. Would you like to succeed at a cost?
What's the cost?
Backup. They will have backup.
Now, as much as I want to end up listening in on this conversation, adding more bodies to the pyre is probably a terrible idea. As much as it would be great to end up having a smorgasbord, that's also a smorgasbord that comes with a fair amount of lead at high velocity.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have any dice to re-roll with willpower, so it's muffles. Even that hunger in the deep pit of your stomach is louder than the conversation going on in this panel van right now, as your stomach kind of almost feels like it growls at you, like intense hunger pains from when you were alive, but except a little more intense. Just kind of eating away at your actual stomach, maybe. Hunger pains are real, and if you don't satisfy that hunger soon, it'll run away with you. Literally.
I'm going to try and lean towards... I'm going to try and end up seeing if I can figure out how many people are in there.
Just two.
If there is a rear view mirror or anything like that, maybe I can catch a glimpse of them in that without giving myself away.
Like I said, the back of the van doesn't have windows in the interior or exterior. It is.
No, I'm talking about the idea of like looking into the side mirrors to see if I'm going in. If it doesn't have a rear view mirror, it's probably got side mirrors. But I'm just trying to be like, I'm trying to take my angles before I make the full approach on this.
Okay.
I think
if it's one person talking on the phone in there, that's drastically different from realizing they somehow clown card 20 of them in there.
You hear two voices, muffled. And what I'm getting at is that there's no way to see inside the panel van.
It's one of the vans that has like the false wall with a door, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That they lock up tools and stuff in.
All right.
Because it's full of equipment that they want nobody to see, so there's no way to see in it.
Fair enough. Okay. So, at that point, I just take a quick look over. I can see Raphael is currently parked right beside Jordan and Julie.
Yep. And he's watching you.
I gesture with putting 2 fingers up and then pointing inside the van. Or, pardon, two fingers up, tap on my ear, point to the van. So I hear two people.
That's a pretty clear enough signal, I think.
And I kind of looked and waiting for Raphael, Jordan, and Julie to do something because we have the numbers advantage.
You do. Raphael tells them to go in one direction, and he starts to peel off in another, kind of in a flanking maneuver almost. Julie kind of taking the lead, as Jordan is more the cleanup crew, in a sense. Julie's the one who probably needs it the most out of the two of them. Kane, that's probably about when you pull up. Only
Okay.
just as they're starting to, they're about halfway from where they were parked to the panel van. Shriek is right up against it, from what you can see, and you're just driving up. That's what this looks like in this whole situation.
I'm gonna park, reach into my bag beside me, and grab a roll of duct tape.
Roll of duct tape it is.
And I'm going to walk up to the van with them.
Okay, so you're going beelining it for the van. You're not following the girls or Singleton, because they're kind of wrapping around almost in a flanking maneuver.
That's fine. Can I get to the front of it?
In the front of the van?
Yeah. Am I coming from the front or the rear?
You would be coming from the front.
Okay. I basically kind of want to get into like kind of a low crouch and like hurried, like a stealthy run to try to get to the front of the van.
Okay, make me a dex stealth.
Okay.
Since it's more of a stealth run, it might be a little more difficult than Shriek's stealth check.
Could I argue for, like an athletic stealth?
No, what?
Well, no, because I'm just running. It was just a thought, but that wouldn't work.
Oh, 2 skills?
No, that's 3 successes.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. You're able to quickly jaunt up. You're able to get to the front of the van just as the rest are kind of surrounding it. You see that Sorry, what?
I have a plan. I'm going to pop potence.
Okay. Popping potence. Rouse for it.
I will get hungrier. I'm going to reach in behind the front tire into one of the control arms, and I'm going to bend it so that this is no longer a turnable vehicle.
Oh, okay. Does Kane know how to do that? That's going to be an intelligence drive.
That's basic knowledge, I think.
I didn't know that.
Okay, maybe. Alright, we'll try intelligence drive. Yeah, you just reach down and grab one of the control arms.
I didn't know that that's a thing you could do.
Well,
I don't know much about cars.
Well, I've actually had a control arm fail and come off, and the tire ends up turning inward.
Ooh, yikers. Okay.
Oh,
I was
nice.
looking for one success, yeah.
That's 4 successes.
That is 4 6. That's a messy crit, my friend.
God damn it.
So, and that's an unavoidable messy crit.
Yep.
Can you reach your hand in? And your beast loves the idea of just ripping pieces out of this vehicle. It's not okay. It's not sufficient to just bend the damn thing. You rip off that and whatever else is attached to it in the entire wheel well. Popping the tire off, actually, and causing it to actually sink on that side.
There is no wheel here.
There is no wheel here. The entire wheel has come off of the axle. And it feels good. It feels really good to have ripped this thing apart. This is an indicator of the one true threat to kindred kind. And no, they're not going anywhere. They ain't going anywhere unless you say they do. You're under the compulsion of dominance. You want to make them lose at something, and you want to gloat about it. Whether that's the individuals inside the van, whether that's Shriek, whether that's Singleton, whether it's the girls, doesn't matter.
Oh no, I got an idea.
You want to gloat about something. And you want to rub their faces in it. All of them.
I'm just going to smile at Shriek and walk around to the back of the door.
Shriek, the van kind of tips onto that one side of the vehicle with a thunk. And you hear one of the voices in the interior say, "What the fuck?" Kind of hear some banging around going on, and then a moment before the doors swing open and there's a gun in your face.
Now, are they pointing directly at me at this point? Like they've obviously spotted, or is this a case of I'm able to end up moving out of line of sight to do so?
Are you taking a moment to actually analyze this?
Sure, why not?
Then
I guess I got a gun in my face.
Dexterity athletics, please.
Yeah, sure. Three.
Okay. 2 seconds. Oh. Well, that's 4. So you're going to take a point of superficial damage as the bullet that's fired from it goes cleanly right through your skull. What do you do?
Well, I think it's about this point. I am going to try and end up biting this individual at this point because I am hungry. I am now wounded as they clip I imagine the side of my head because destroyed brain destroys the kindred. But
No, yeah, like I said, cleanly through, like basically virtually no damage. 1 point of superficial damage is all you took.
Clipped across the side of the dome.
Mm.
That hurt. yeah, at this point, he's going to try and end up weaving in to see if he can end up biting into their arm and dragging them out with his teeth.
Okay. Then, that will be considered the same round as well. Kane, what are you doing?
Like I said, I was coming around to the back of the van. If they kicked it open, what do I see?
You see a pair of women. You see the one who has obviously taken a shot at Shriek, and another you know, Annie Fletcher. Kind of sitting in the back, almost dismayed, just kind of looks like she's in a panic.
He's just going to get a low grumble, like growl. And the first thing he's going to do is, I'm guessing, a rifle of some kind?
It's
Or
more
a
of a pistol that she has in her hand. Yeah.
Kane's just going to reach out and grab the pistol and make it into Play-Doh.
Okay, so you're both going into melee. Raphael is... Since both of you are kind of going into melee with this woman, and this is really kind of a narrow situation, he's kind of seeing what you can do to handle it. He's pausing for a moment with the girls. So, Shriek, go ahead and make your Dex Athletics at a -2 for the called shot. Or Dex Brawl, either one.
Doesn't help.
Can't land. She's kind of weaving in and out. Or, well, yeah, let me actually roll that because she has a character sheet. She evades that, almost like she knew it was coming. And Kane, you're gonna try and...
Yeah, I'm basically going to try to grab her and crush the gun.
Crush the gun out of her hand. Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength brawl with potence. And she will try and evade that.
I'm assuming grappling will come into play?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And if it matters, because of for destroying things, it counts my potence as double.
Destroying items?
Anything inanimate.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're not crushing her arm, you're crushing the...
No, I'm literally, I am crushing the gun.
Okay. Swiftly, you take the gun out of her hand, you throw it onto the ground, and you crush it. It's like it's not even there how easily you crush this thing into pulp. You feel good. You feel good about it.
Ladies, I think it's time we had a chat. And I'm going to be as intimidating as possible.
And the woman who had the gun immediately goes for the back of the vehicle to next to Annie, and just kind of stares at you all.
I'm going to climb in.
Stay back.
I don't think so. And I'm gonna just take out the duct tape. We're gonna have a nice long chat. And I'm going to move to duct tape them up.
She looks like she's going for a button on the control panel inside.
I'm going to stop her if I can. I'm going
Okay.
to grab her and restrain her.
Strength athletics. Shriek, what are you doing? Now that Kane's kind of stepped in and taken up a little bit of space in this back of this van.
I imagine
it would be
little bit of space is he's eating up the entire room. So
Yeah,
it's damn near impossible to get past him.
Oh yeah, with as many control panels as are in here, she barely maneuvers very well.
So strength athletics, not a brawl?
Oh, sorry, brawl, yeah. And this is intending to tie her up and not really kind of
I'm not going to
domineer over her. You're at a penalty too.
Okay, what's the penalty, and do I add potence?
You have to add potence. You already roused for it.
Okay. What's the penalty?
-2 because of your compulsion.
-2? Okay.
So yeah, sorry, Shriek. What were you doing?
I'm waiting for the first one to be tossed out so I can eat him.
Well, it doesn't look like Kane's tossing them out. He's instead taking up the whole space and not able making it very hard for them to even maneuver out of the way. So obviously that comes as no surprise to you, Kane, that you are easily able to take this woman. As hard as she's fighting back at you, she's not able to overpower you, and you can duct tape her if you like.
She is a silver burrito.
You do so with such force that maybe there's a slight risk of she's not breathing very well. The white-haired woman.
I'm going to look over at Annie. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Wait, you know this cunt?
Yes. Annie, hold your wrist out in front of you.
What are you doing?
I'm going to find out everything. You're coming with us.
I don't want to go with you.
I didn't want to find you in the back of this van.
And the white-haired woman looks at Annie and says, "You see? You see now, don't you?"
Duct tape over the mouth.
Duct tape over the mouth.
I pull aside and gesture for Raphael to bring the van. We're gonna have to load up.
Raphael gets a signal and starts going towards the van to bring it around. Go towards his own van to bring it around so that you can load these two up in there. Julie kind of looks at you, Shriek. Is that a go?
We're going to need to talk to these first. And he's going to slowly reach over.
We get the other, alright?
Oh, God. Annie just looks in shock. She's not holding her wrists out for you, Kane.
Don't make me duct tape you up like her.
Now, what it looks like is that this one here, the one with the duct tape and the pretty hair, not as good as mine, looks to be the one who we need to end up asking questions. The other one's good. Well, the other one looks like they're probably going to tide you over a little bit better, Julie. So we're going to be able to wine and dine, and there will be lots of whining.
Oh, God.
Kane's just going to punch the side of the van and look at you all.
And Annie looks terrified of you now. Please just let me go.
That might be a possibility if you cooperate. I'll do everything I can.
Oh,
But you have to come with us.
I don't want. Please. Please just let me go.
Oh, I need a second to think, Coffee.
Okay.
I need to figure out and make a roll of would Kane make a hard choice.
Well,
I don't know what that would be, though.
well, choice could be she either darts or she stays put, frozen. Like she's trapped in her own mind. Which would you prefer?
He's just going to look at Annie. You won't come with me then, and trust me.
No, get away from me. She's gonna bolt.
I'm just going to get out and throw the burrito over my shoulder. She was nice. Be kind to her if you can. And Kane's going to walk towards his van.
And she will run to try and escape Shriek. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna end up hunting her down. I was promised a meal out of this. Now, what Jordan, Julie, and Singleton are gonna do? Singleton's pulled up.
Singleton's he's getting the van. He hasn't pulled up yet.
Okay.
No, like I said, I'm walking towards my van.
Okay. And Julie is going to run after her as well.
Goodbye, humanity.
You hear the woman that you're holding, Kane's just kind of scream behind that duct tape, and Annie's running. Shriek, make me a Dex Athletics with assistance.
One assist or two?
One.
Great.
Easy enough. You easily catch up with her. She's out of shape. She's not very fast. And so you're easily upon her. What do?
I immediately end up sinking fangs into her.
And Julie runs up right beside you and sinks fangs too. But she intends to do more than that, and you know it.
I imagine so. She needs to be silenced, and she needs to be silenced quick. So. I am going to... Well, I'm at 4, so I guess I gotta check into Frenzy right away.
Yup, you do. And so does she.
That is a 2, so no, I am very much in Frenzy. That's okay. Just get to let it out a little bit. I kind of biting and gnawing, the tearing the
She makes her
really good.
You and Julie both tear into this woman. Kane, you can hear her screams. It fills you with a rage, doesn't it?
Very much so.
What do you do?
I'm going to take this woman and strap her to the wall with tie-down straps. Make sure that she's not going to pass out or die because I tied her too tight. I have plans, and we need to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to walk back towards Annie.
Are you walking or are you running?
I'm going to be walking. There's nothing I can do now. The dice have been cast, and I have to deal with what happens.
Kane, you will be taking 3 stains
I very much am.
for allowing a touchstone to die at the hands of your coterie mates. And Shriek, you're in frenzy. You maybe can't help yourself.
Maybe I don't want to.
Maybe you don't want to.
Second Inquisition, bitch. I promised Julie I'd get her fed.
You and Julie rip into her flesh. The screams. But they're soon silenced by you both tearing into flesh, drinking blood, and Julie quickly reaching in to this woman's chest, ripping her heart out to take down every single bite that she can. You're a little more haphazard. You don't care what you're biting into. You just want the blood. And when you come to, there's Kane, Jordan, Raphael, a blood-soaked Julie, and yourself, wrist deep in a woman's flesh.
Kane's going to look very angry, to the point where I don't think you've ever seen the look on his face of how it's twisted.
Julie looks a little bit mortified at herself, at how drenched she is. Oh, God.
I asked if you could be gentle. Leave now. And I'm going to start walking towards the body.
Kane, I need you to make me a Fury Frenzy check.
Okay. I click Frenzy. And then that's my willpower that's left, right?
Yep, remaining willpower, and then it'll ask you for your humanity. Because you want nothing more than to rip Shriek's bloody throat out. Nope, I don't think that's gonna suffice.
I can't willpower a frenzy roll, can I?
Cannot.
Nope, you will enter frenzy. You can spend a point of willpower to come out of frenzy after a turn, but this turn you want nothing more than to rip Shriek's head off. How do you want to do that?
That or
honestly,
as your beast.
It's either that. I honestly, if I had the choice, I would walk up and grab him and Julie by the throat and pick them both up.
I mean, that is an option. They're both there, so, and they're both the offenders.
I don't think the beast has any idea of subdue.
No, you want to destroy them.
No, I'm not saying I'm not squeezing as hard as I can. I'm looking to pop your head off like a zit.
Okay.
But
Right.
I'm going to basically pick you up and I said to be gentle.
No, you're not in control. Like,
Nope, you have no speech.
You're an animal.
Oh,
you
no
have
speech.
No
Okay.
conscience. You are not
Never
even
mind.
conscious.
Never mind.
You've taken into the back seat. Monster just goes.
Yep. You grip.
Okay.
You
Do
can
you
grip
want
their
to do
throats.
this then, Coffee?
Well, I will say that you can grip their throats and you can attempt to bash them together. So make me a strength brawl plus protence.
Can I yeet?
You can yeet. But why
Okay,
would you
I
want to
will-
yeet when you want to destroy?
Oh, that's true. Okay, so what am I doing?
Strength brawl plus potence. And shriek, you can make. I'm
Guessing grappling comes into play.
Yes, it will. You can make a dex athletics to try and avoid, or you can make a stamina athletics to endure.
I will. Can I choose option 3?
Option 3 is.
I'm going between him and Julie. I'm going to take the full brunt of it.
You want to take
that's an organivore, and if he injures Julie, we're going to have to do this mess all over again.
All right. If you want to take the brunt of it, then yes, that'll be stamina and athletics, and Julie will not take any damage.
Okay, I'm sorry. The dice want to tell a story, though, Derek.
Oh.
And you're using potence full on, right?
Yeah, I have potence turned on. I have 4 dots in it.
Yep, that is going to be 6 points, half to 3 superficial damage. Kane, I will allow you to spend a willpower to remove yourself from frenzy during this round.
Is it just checking one off? Round.
Yes, it is just a superficial damage to your willpower. You get control of yourself for 1 round.
I'm just going to say, get away from me, and try to run further into the alley and get distance so that I'm not right
sight
next
on them.
to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shriek, you are dropped.
Shriek is torpored.
Shriek is torpid.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Well, Shriek is torpid.
He has literally been reduced to stain and is currently splattered all over Julie.
Even after just 3 superficial damage?
Remember, I've been here through a few combats already.
That's true.
And he's already kicked the shit out of me more than a few times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I never had the blood to heal.
Yep. Well, Kane, that's 1 down. And you have basically said that to Julie and started to run off yourself. Raphael is quickly positions himself to where he's standing in front of Julie, and so is Jordan. Where are you headed, Kane?
If I can, I'd like to make it to my truck and drive away.
That's plenty. Yep, I will allow that to be that whole turn. You do not end up facing them again, and so Shriek, in your torpid state, ruined as you are, Jordan and Julie and Raphael pick you up off the ground. and Jordan starts cleaning the remains of the woman that was left behind. Raphael helps her, and you're loaded into Raphael's truck. Or van. Moving van. With the other two in there. Yep.
Shriek only hopes they have the wherewithal to take the gear with them. But I'm sure Raphael's experienced enough to end up considering that, but I don't trust the twins too.
Raphael will take what can be pulled out of the vehicle. A lot of the electronic equipment is mounted into it.
What Kane was going to do is use some of his resources to have this towed when he comes to, but that was the plan. But it's
Well, you get enough distance and you can call up a tow company to be able to have it towed.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
a Sombra.
Well, yeah, that's a problem.
Gonna have to go to Chatterbox.
Yep. Chatterbox it is. So.
Now, how much blood did I manage to get through? Because clearly I wasn't the killer.
You weren't the killer. You got 2 points. Julie took the rest.
Okay. So Kane's going to do something on his way back to... He's going to assume that they said they meet back at Singleton's, right?
Yeah, I'll allow that to be the staging point. Yeah.
Kane's going to go hunting for some bad men, at least 1 or 2 of them.
Okay, you're gonna go hunting for yourself. All right.
Not for me. I'm going to subdue them and throw them in the back of the van.
Okay. I will still allow this to be a hunting roll.
Okay.
Because you are hunting for prey. Specific kind of prey, so the difficulty raises by 1, but...
Okay. Is it still the same scene as Potence Active?
I'll allow it for this time.
Okay. Six successes, and I can re-roll if I need to. If that's not enough.
They're mortals. You don't need to.
Okay.
No, you make it abundantly clear that a couple of these blokes are coming with you, whether they like it or not. Which I would also say satisfies your compulsion, if you hadn't been satisfied already. You beat Shriek into submission. He stepped on your turf. And destroyed it, even. What kind of... You can only imagine this kind of twisted thoughts that are going through your mind right now as your beast really does want to lash out at him and just actually destroy him. Camarilla rules be damned. But you toss these couple of individuals in the back of your van with the white-haired woman. All of them kind of making noises as if they could potentially get your attention or to let them go. And you head over to Singleton's storage facility. Shrink, are you attempting to heal at all?
Oh, yeah, kind of have to now, but it's gonna make it worse. Rouse 3 times. Yep, 2 hunger, right back to where I was, but now I only have 1 health point to work with.
But it at least gets you lifted off the ground. You have some of your own faculties. You have enough to be able to stand, to be able to hunt further, should you desire to. But right now, you're looking at Julie and Jordan, both of them bloody messes.
Oh, so we're all in the back of the van.
Yeah, you're all in the back of the van.
I eventually kind of snap my neck back into a place where it's actually still connected to the spine.
Mm-hmm.
Try and crumple what's this giant handprint that used to end up being, it's Kane's forget-me-not. Collarbone is like starting to knit back into place. The upper ribs are utterly mangled. The shoulder's not connected to anything other than free-floating cartilage and bone at this point, as he kind of just tries to end up going in, but it's very clear he is still like almost entire upper torso damn near mulched.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to pull himself up to the wall of the van just to like rest sitting up as he's going. That was unpleasant.
Yeah.
Is everybody else okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. And Jordan also says, yeah, I'm fine too.
Sorry, would have saved the other one for you if things went a little smoother.
What? Well, this is a whole mess.
That's what happens.
You're a mess.
Did anybody catch it on camera? Did we have any other witnesses to it? Anything like that?
No, Raphael did a sweep.
Then we're good. We're good. Well, you're good. Oh. I think I swallowed a bit of my rib.
And you're kind of missing a
feel
tooth.
the poking. Oh dear God. Oh yeah, that's in there.
Are you going to be alright? Jordan asks.
Darlings, are you okay? Yes or no?
Julie nods and says, yeah, I'm fine.
That's my job. He kind of just rests his head against the wall.
A bit of your head feels a little like mush.
Yeah, I imagine that's partially the bullet as I just watch a small chunk of Chip's skull fall on the floor. Ah.
And maybe some of your vitae just oozes a little bit.
I try and restrict that flow as much as possible just to
Oh, yeah.
not get more hungry, but I'm already famished again. That was just a small bit.
Eventually, you all arrive at the storage facility, and Raphael, when he opens up the doors to the box truck, because you all had been thrown into the cargo side of the box truck while he was driving. He does have a firearm on him, just in case. And he's pointing it at all of you. Shriek. You good? You're awake. Are you good?
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hurt. I just got bulldozed by a coterie mate. I got to spend the past little bit in the back with two cute twins until you interrupted my evening. But we got them. So, all in all, good night.
Yeah, the one we got was in Kane's vehicle.
Oh,
He drove off.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. I look around.
You can see Kane's vehicle in the distance, actually, starting to drive towards the storage facility.
Oh, good. He's not doing anything too reckless. Right.
Oh no, no,
Ladies.
I don't want him here. I don't want him here. Not the way he flew off the handle.
He's got your witness.
He's got my witness, but
I thought you were a hound. Isn't this what you're supposed to be dealing with?
yeah.
Isn't it nice to have your work delivered to home rather than having to go off and fetch it, go out, goose chase bad favors, and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, I just
I mean,
might
if
have to
anything,
deal with
working
Kane
with us
if...
is really straightforward.
Yeah.
Mr. Singleton, you're a hound. I trust
know.
that title is just not honorary, and this is not just a paper-pushing position for you.
No. Far from it.
Good. So, help me understand the problem. Ow!
No problem.
I trust in your capabilities of negotiating a touchy circumstance. But as you can see, I am not a combatant and have a wonderfully punchable face.
Yeah, you stay here. Out of
He's
sight.
going to pull up beside the box truck.
Oh, the hell.
Stay out of sight.
Jordan, Julie, can you close the door and stay in here and let the hound of Raphael Singleton deal with this?
Jane's just going to get out and walk towards the back and
You
approach.
stay put. He's already kind of right there next to you, next to your van, and has got his firearm pointed at you.
I've got a delivery to make and a job to do.
No.
I lost my temper, but
You-
it's not going to happen again.
You jeopardize this entire thing. Get back in the truck. I'll take care of this.
I don't think so. I'm seeing this to the end. I have a personal stake in this now.
Well, you're gonna have to sideline it, man.
I don't think so. And I'm going to walk past him.
Do
and
not push
the back
me.
of the thing. I'm going to walk to the back of the truck and pull out the two thugs that I picked up. And kind of like knock on the back door. Shriek. Take out.
Are you intending to shoulder check Raphael?
I'm walking past him.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that at all. He's actually going to try and keep you from even moving forward. So I need you to make a strength athletics to try and kind of bruise her past him.
Would grappling go into play?
No, because you're not actually trying to touch him. You're just trying to walk past. And where is his? Where did I put him? Where did I put him? Am I blind? Hello. I don't know where I put Singleton sheet. Oh, there it is. Okay. Five to five meets it beats. But as soon as you try and walk past him and he puts even just his shoulder in front of you, it's like walking into a wall. He is solid. He does not move.
Like I said, I'm going around to the van.
Well, he's stopped you.
I'm the aggressor, so I would win, wouldn't I?
You can, well, yeah, you can get past, but he's not making it easy. He's getting between you.
I've lost my temper once. Don't push me. And I'm going to walk towards the back of the van.
It's because you lost your damn temper that I don't want you anywhere near any of this anymore. Get the fuck back in your car.
I've already been doing your job since I got this position. I'm not stopping now. I have a personal stake in this, and I'm not repeating myself. I'm going to walk around and pull the bodies out.
Okay. He's staking you.
He's going to try to stake me?
Yep.
If he does that, I'm pulling my own and going for him, so...
Alright. That is a,
Am I allowed to rouse for this? And pop potents?
yes, you can pop potents again because it is a new scene.
Okay, I'm very hungry.
So that would, for you, be, yes, strength, melee, plus potence, -2 for called shot.
Nope. I have a bullshit that lets me ignore that.
Oh, well, yeah, you do. He doesn't, though. Ooh, yikes. He wants to willpower that.
I'm definitely going to willpower as well.
Okay, so he has 5, and you have 5. It's a tie. Neither of you is staked, but neither of you is winning.
You really want to do this, Singleton?
You don't want to mess with me.
I'm not trying to. You're starting shit where it doesn't need to be.
No, you started shit at the van. So get yourself together.
It is together. Now stop fucking with me.
Don't make me call a sheriff.
I want this over with tonight. You're making things complicated.
No. I am trying to save you from something you'll regret.
Fine. Let me make my delivery and then I will take and do my job elsewhere. And I'm going to walk towards the back of the van.
Okay. He'll let you do that.
I'm going to pull the 2 bodies out and shut the door.
No, she
These are
stays
for
too.
Shriek. I said I had a personal stake. You
I
don't
don't
have a
care
say
if
in
it's
that.
personal for you.
You're not getting in between me and this.
Or what?
You're already trying to stake me. Don't make me defend myself. It's already taking all the strain I have to not end this now.
And I'm supposed to be scared of you.
You're the one saying I'm out of control, and I'm the one trying to talk things level-headed. You're trying to escalate things and piss me off. Do you want me to lose control again? Or do you want this shit to end tonight?
No, I want you to just fucking leave.
That's what I'm doing then.
But she stays.
No, she's going with me.
That's my
I have
job.
questions. You haven't been doing your job since we got here. We've been doing the investigation. I'm seeing this through, and I want to know why the fuck someone personal to me was in that van. This is not ending without me here. I have questions.
Shriek, what are you doing?
Staying the fuck away from Kane.
Are you listening in, though?
I'd say so. More for my own sense of safety, or at least knowing what the hell's going on. But...
Well, they're not being particularly quiet about it. They're kind of shouting at each other.
No.
I'm just going to look at Singleton. Give those two to Shriek and find a place that we can talk to this woman. Or get the fuck out of my way.
I have a place. Here. She stays here.
I said I'm not leaving, though.
You don't have to
letting
leave.
me in there.
Fine. Don't leave. Stay in your car.
No, I'm with her. I have questions.
I know that if you see Shriek's face one more time, you are going to pelt him and destroy him. Do you want that on your conscience?
That has passed.
That's not past. You're still pissed. I could see it written all over your face. You'd sooner frenzy
right now,
than...
that's directed at you. You're the one that's poking me.
I can see it plain as day. Tenebrous. Because it's personal, you don't have control. Get in your car. And he's actually going to use Dominate on you.
Ooh, I don't like that. Alright, what's the rolls for that?
That is going to be an intelligence resolve, I believe, to resist compel. And I believe it's a charisma and discipline for compel, right? He's got 4. And you have 3. You do exactly as you're told. You get in your car. And he pulls the woman out. Now, whether you decide to get out of your car once more, that is
getting back out on my car.
Yep. But that's what he needed. To throw her over his shoulder and start walking towards a storage unit.
I'm not letting him out of my sight. I'm just going to bang on the back of the door. Shriek. There's food out here. And I'm going to walk. I'm following Singleton.
All right. Shriek. The door is pounded on. The girls seem a little bit startled. You hear Kane say there's dinner. What do you do?
I am tempted, very much so, given my situation. And I end up looking at the other two. it's stupid. If he wanted to, he can end up tearing the back of this the van clean off.
Mm-hmm.
Just the idea that there's something between me and him right now.
Makes you feel kind of safe, doesn't it?
It's an illusion of safety, but that's all we have. More importantly, I need to not let these two know that.
Hmm.
I
That would be bad.
gesture to them to be quiet and gesture for them to come closer. Try and throw my one bad arm over Jordan and the other one over here, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a doting mother. Reality is that it's giving me some kind of control over this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not going anywhere near Kane. He'll kill me. Right now, if anything, I'm trying to think of where to end up spending the night. I'm gonna have to start hunting for a new haven.
Mm-hmm.
Kane knows where I live. And now he's illustrating exactly why I need to end up keeping away from him. Hate this.
So, Singleton starts to lead to a storage unit kind of in the back of the whole lot. He starts rummaging for a place for this woman to sit. Gets a couple of chairs that he pulls out of just some random storage unit, and starts to set this whole place up for questions. So why is this personal for you? Said something about the woman in the van.
He wasn't unknown to me.
Well, that much is obvious.
She was kind of important.
Kind of important? You don't lash out like that at somebody who's just an off-chance sort of fling.
If you don't mind, I'd like to get to the questions. Thinking about that does not help my mental state right now.
She can hear you. Ask your questions from here.
I'm gonna walk up and peel the duct tape off her mouth. And grab a chair, flip it around backwards, and sit down in front of her so that I'm face to face. Why was she in your van?
Why do any of them come to us? Monsters like you.
You got her killed tonight. I hope you're happy about that. Did it serve your great purpose?
I'm not the one who killed her.
The moment you got her involved.
Does that sate your conscience?
I don't think I have any more. We'll get to that, though.
I can
Why are
already
you
tell.
here?
You're on the edge of a knife.
Why are you here?
Why are any of us here?
Less vague bullshit, more concrete answers. I'm asking nicely right now.
You don't have to ask nicely. I won't tell you. Only because it'll prove my point. More will come. You'll see. And maybe our little project will be successful.
What project would that be?
You'll find out. You're smart enough. What do you think?
I have no idea what you would cook up. Given the subject matter, though, I can see what the ends would be. And I'm going to look to Singleton. How do you want to do this?
Well, I could do my job. Pump her for all the information she's worth.
That's what I'm talking about.
You mind stepping outside?
I'd like to hear this.
It's not gonna be pretty.
I think I can handle it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a roll for Singleton. Well, it's going to be... Well, he's doing multiple things. There's a lot of things that he can do with Dominate that would
I would like to basically
squeeze all the information
sit
out of her.
there. Yeah, I would like to assist where I can, but the big thing is I want to study her and like insight check everything to see what's bullshit and how well, like, what if she's telling us with motives and like where she's going with things and if she's trying to mislead us. Basically try to sift through the bullshit to get to the heart of good information with an insight check.
Okay. You know that she's being particularly resilient when it comes to even Singleton's powers. She's not able to overcome him, but you can tell that there's a fight. She's no pushover.
Yeah.
She came prepared. But go ahead and make a wits and insight.
Raid the willpower of that because I don't want to get another compulsion. I almost killed Shriek already tonight.
Mm-hmm. Indeed you did. But is the juice worth the squeeze? I could... Because right now, you know, that's about as much as you know. You might be able to know a little bit more, but if you wanted to willpower it or even succeed at a cost, I would allow for a crit.
What's the cost?
Backup. There will be backup. More of it. Much the same as Shriek's when I offered it to him.
No, I don't like the heat that brings. You know what? I'm going to try to willpower.
Okay.
That's... Is that 2 dice I can do?
Yep, 2 dice you can do.
Please, no crit. Okay.
So that's 4. The information that you're able to find out and feel relatively safe confirming is true is she's very insightful on the kindred nature for whatever reason. It's almost like just looking at you confirms her suspicions. Like she has suspicions about Singleton, but just looking at you confirms her suspicions about you because she looks at you the same way. But she feels confident knowing what you are. She's not so sure about Singleton, but the questions and the answers that he's able to fish out of her can make her relatively certain about that too. She's part of a small group of individuals like Annie who've lost something dear to them because of kindred, because of vampires, because of the different plays that kindred make. She tells you Annie's story like she knows it like the back of her hand. And how she suspects that a kindred was involved. What kindred? She doesn't know. But that's the whole reason that Annie even came to her. That she had suspicions walking into Alex's shop the one time she did. And this just proves it. That there's some kind of vampire network what that is, she doesn't know. But there are people who are far better skilled at destroying kindred than she is. And they're coming. If they're not already here. And her little project is apparently making quite nice. Making it quite nice indeed. Was there anything that you wanted to ask specifically? I will let you have one question.
Honestly, the only thing that he would probe on is what the project is.
That she's very resistant about telling. Even with the probing that Raphael is able to do to try and coax her into saying something, she either doesn't know what exactly it entails. Or she's faking it. She's faking that she doesn't know. You can't be certain on either way.
Too bad.
She doesn't want to talk about it, though.
What do you think, Singleton?
If we've got all we're gonna get out of her. Put an end to this mess.
Do you mind if I take the... after tonight is very taxing.
I won't ask you to do that. This is my job, like I said.
I'm offering.
No. I don't accept.
Well, better her than someone innocent.
Just go. I'll deal with her.
I would rather not take an innocent life if I don't have to. I don't know if I can control myself tonight.
Are you that hungry right now?
Yes, that is why I'm offering.
Shit.
I can clean up my own messes, but like I said, I'd rather not involve an innocent.
Oh,
I can find some bad person, but
this just keeps getting worse and worse.
don't worry, I can clean up my own mess.
That's not the problem.
You want to deliver her to someone else?
Maybe the sheriff.
Then don't worry about it. The threat is more important than my hunger. I'll deal with it.
Alright.
And I'll just...
Don't make me come looking for you.
Don't worry. Like I said, I clean up after myself. Make sure Shriek eats. He's going to be terrified of me after the night.
With reason.
Can't always control it. It's a double-edged sword, my ability. When it's harnessed, it's a good tool. But if I lose control, it's just as sharp to everybody around me.
Yeah, well, next time, just do as I ask. It's for your own good. Primogen.
Yeah, my stubbornness, not a easy thing to control. I apologize.
Would help if you remember your own goddamn station. And remember mine.
Gaines just nod and walk out.
Alright. Leaving Singleton to do whatever it is he wishes. With this lovely white-haired woman. Where are you off to now?
If I come out, though, I see that Shriek still hasn't eaten.
I don't know. Shriek, have you come out?
If anything, it's probably just him having a very soft conversation with Jordan and Julie, trying to perhaps offer platitudes or something like that, trying
Get
to
to know them a
giving
little.
them
Yeah.
get to know them a little, yeah, try and keep them calm, which is something he can focus on to stop him from panicking. But he's
Mm-hmm.
not coming out. He's not coming out until he knows that Kane's away. Because the second that door opens, Kane's gonna kill him.
How do I feel right now, Coffee? Do I feel angry, like I would lose it?
You might if you saw Shriek or Julie's face again.
That's what I thought. I'm just gonna walk by, knock on the door again. Ladies, make sure Shriek eats. I'm leaving. And Shriek, I didn't mean to. It's not gonna help, but I'm sorry. And he's like, you can tell he's still very angry, but he's trying. He's going to get into the van and go off and find someone to eat.
All right. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. I am going to make you roll the frenzy part. I'm not going to make you roll for the hunt. Right now, kind of have the pick of the litter. Are you at hunger 4 or 5?
4.
4? Okay.
But so I when I put willpower in, it's just the open willpower, right?
Yep. Your willpower that you have remaining, and then it asks for your humanity.
Nope. I'm losing my temper, and I'm like basically going to gorilla maul someone to death and eat them.
The more willpower you spend, the less control you are in yourself. That's
Yep.
the cost.
Yep. I didn't expect that I was going to pass this, so today I'm probably going to lose another humanity.
It's 2 additional stains. And if your empty boxes for humanity are full, that goes into willpower.
Nope. They are now just all full.
Now, only just now full. Okay. But anything else stain worthy, and you're losing another one, and you're running into your willpower. You hear the engine of Kane's vehicle start. Hear it back up, and then you hear it pull forward and away, Shriek as it goes, and you're fairly certain that after a moment you're positive that Kane's gone. You don't hear any remnants of his vehicle anymore, even with heightened senses. You do hear the muffled sort of screams of 2 individuals outside of the moving van that you're in, though. What do you do? Drake? Do we lose Derek?
I think Derek's pondering.
I think I'm waiting until Kane's thoroughly gone. And once that ends up happening, Shriek is going to very cautiously open up that door. The door
Yeah.
to the back of the van.
You're convinced that he is gone. Because you don't hear his vehicle even without heightened senses anymore. So
I try and lift the door up with my one good arm as the other, well, my shoulder's still mangled all to hell at this point, along with the collarbone, the
And Jordan
shoulder
and
blade.
Julie will help you.
And here I was trying to be such a gentleman.
You're in such a state. It's a miracle that you can even stand even at all.
Oh, that's not a miracle, honey. That's what we are. Remember that you're a walking corpse. He catches himself realizing that he's talking in front of 2-pound individuals now. So he just kind of looks down. Fuck. So this is his way of trying to end up making it up to me. Quite the abusive relationship, isn't it? Don't worry, it's not the first time he beat me into a fucking pulp.
What do we do?
Well, first thing you two are gonna do is you're gonna go get your fill. I promised you that you wouldn't end up leaving here hungry, and I am a lot of things, but I'm a man of my word.
Julie kind of pipes up and says, surprisingly, I feel fine.
You said you were hungry when we left.
I was.
Make sure.
I was really hungry. But I'm okay now.
What about you, Jordan?
I could go for a little.
He gestures. It's cheap, it's quick, it's probably not healthy for you, but, well, I consider it good hangover food for a night that should leave you with a hangover.
Jordan nods and moves over to one of the individuals and seems controlled when she sinks her fangs in. You see her only take maybe a sip, maybe two, before she's licking the wound and calling it good.
You know, I really hate the fact that I have to end up doing this, but I am going to feed on the other one because I need blood to work with.
Yep. How much are you taking from that one?
And, well, let's see if I pass the frenzy check first.
Yep. It's only difficulty 3 with the taste of blood at hunger 4.
Nope.
And that's a 1. Nope. You take it all. Jordan and Julie just kind of give you space to let you feed as you would like.
Okay.
Brings you to hunger 0.
I'm able to. I'm grateful that I'm able to end up feeding and make a situation where I'm able to hold it all together, very least, though I'm not going to be able to heal for quite a few nights. Not fully, anyway. The body goes cold. I'm licking what I can off me, realizing I'm still a bloody mess. Part man, part hamburger. Aren't I delicious? When I finally end up taking the time to come to, you ladies have a storage place, a place where you can hide this one?
Hiding them has never really come up.
Okay, well, this is going to be your leftovers from this little takeout session. You're going to end up holding it off, make it last. Should tide you over until we figure something out. Oh,
But how do you make it last? I can't
well,
drink it
you can't.
cold.
I know you can't. I know you can't. It's okay. Just means he's gonna not be dead until you're hungry. Till then, you're gonna feed on it in a little bit to end up keeping yourself from going completely crazy, and so that you can help her out when she's at the point where she's gonna do something a little bit reckless. It's about pacing and trying to hold it together.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the nightmare.
Yeah.
Trade you places in a heartbeat, though.
This is shit luck.
You're the one with a working shoulder.
Yeah. He would have eaten me too, though.
Now, why do you think I did what I did?
He was coming at me like, like he was an animal.
Yeah, that's what it looks like when you're on the other end of what we do.
That's terrifying.
We're terrifying. That happens. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I pat the corpse's head. But feels better. And the plus side is that you don't have to worry about him coming. He's more pissed at me more than anything.
I don't know about that. He just seemed generally really pissed.
Yeah, well, that's what he's all about.
Well, let's get cleaned up. And everybody back together where they should be, Jordan says, kind of taking charge in the situation.
You two have a safe place to be tonight.
Our house?
Yeah, it's got a basement.
No.
Alright. You want this guy wrapped in so much goddamn rope and duct tape that it might as well end up being a goddamn burrito. We're gonna end up putting him in a closet, water him, feed him if you have to, make him last. Get a few ideas ready on how to get rid of the body. Practice if you have to.
And I'm already kind of okay at that, Jordan says.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry that you have to be.
We're a team.
You are. You're a good team.
We can make it work.
Clean up. Make it work.
It'll be okay.
Good news. Good news is, our hound Singleton is going to be a little bit distracted for the near future. So, he won't be on your case. And given a few nights of everybody being calm,
What about you? You got a safe place?
no. I don't get that luxury.
Why?
You remember what I was telling you about your weird little newly found habit of needing to redecorate?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, mine's a little bit like that. Just different application. That's why Singleton doesn't want me staying here longer than I have to.
Because you'll have an urge to redecorate?
Mm,
You're a rose too?
more like the world wants to redecorate me.
That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you someday. Just twice at the same need. Having the penthouse suite just isn't an option.
There is one place you could go, Shriek. That's to your sire's haven. But what would she think if she saw you as a mangled mess?
Don't know. But it's gonna be one of those cases where I'm gonna have to just find out. If I get chewed out or spit out. This whole sire thing sucks. I helped them out. Twins. Ladies, I mean this in all full sincerity. We're going to be spending a lot of time together while you get the ropes down, while you get the rules down. All I can do is give you a chance. But if you keep operating like you were tonight, add a little bit of gumption, you might just make it out of here. Is there anything else I can do for you? Until,
You've done plenty.
tomorrow?
You've done plenty.
I am Primogen Shriek. And this is what I do. A service to the kindred of the Camarilla. And those in the Arlington domain.
And I think that is where we are going to take our quick break. We'll be right back, everybody. And we'll find out more about what is going to go on for Shriek and Kane in the very near future. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to Blood and Iron, Dead Man's Hand. Having gone their separate ways for the evening, Kane and Shriek have done their duty for tonight. They have captured a Second Inquisition vehicle, captured its occupants, well, one of its occupants, slew the other, and fed the twins, all in a night's work. but not without some cost. The other individual who had been occupying the van was important to Kane, and in order to feed Shriek, a couple of thugs were captured or killed. With the toll of the night weighing heavy on them both, we now find Kane in front of a house. A rather luxurious looking house in the city of Dallas. In one of the... It's a nice house amongst rags, one would think. The other houses amongst the lots are smaller, plainer, less opulent, more dull. But perhaps that is on purpose, as this is supposedly the one place that if you were to go looking for the Scourge Cynthia, that you would find her. Aside from wandering the rest of the domain. Some say that those who enter this house don't come out. Others say that only the privileged are even allowed to set foot on the premises to begin with. A gift by the prince, perhaps. Home, family, things, anything a little girl could want. And so it's here, Kane, that you've driven your van. You're in front of the gate, which has a brick wall attached to it that surrounds the rest of the property. The grass is very green, and cleanly cut. The sidewalks and the driveway from the gate to the house are immaculate. But it still has that sort of empty feel, almost. Maybe one you're familiar with your own haven. There's an intercom that you ring. You say the proper words, and the staff lets you through the gate.
I don't even know if that would work for me.
It's a little... It's an older intercom. It's clear enough. It's clear enough that it's usable. But you're buzzed in to the property. You drive up and you kind of park your van outside of the garage doors. And as you're getting out of your van, there is that little girl. That little girl who holds a teddy bear close. Deep sunken eyes and pallid skin. Brittle hair. Glossy eyes. Well, maybe not glossy eyes. Maybe dull. Almost lifeless eyes. Hi, Kane. She says with that knowingly fake smile that you are familiar with.
Good evening, Cynthia. I'm sorry to bother you at home, but I needed to talk, if you're willing.
We're friends. You can always talk. Come
I
on in.
know, but sometimes you're busy. I don't want to bother.
I'm not busy right now.
Okay, thank you.
It's
And I'll
almost time
follow
for
her.
bed. What are you
Yeah,
doing out so late?
bad night.
Oh. Well, you can stay the night here if you want. Or day. I pretend it's
Yeah.
night, though.
Yeah. Serves the same purpose. It's better to think that way. Maybe make us feel a little bit more normal.
Maybe.
I'll follow her in.
She just kind of leaves the door hanging open and just kind of walks away from it.
I'll walk in and shut the door. And follow her to wherever she wants to go sit or stand or talk.
The staff, as you're walking in, all keep their head low. All of which don't look at you. All of which don't say anything. All of which just let you walk on in, paying very little, if any, mind to you at all. The only cares they seem to have is to provide Cynthia with what she wants in the moment. She barks at one of them to bring her something of little consequence, and when they don't bring it quite fast enough, she just kind of groans and pushes them aside and then sits down on the couch and starts to play with the toy that they brought. Kind of just then looking at you, kind of just dropping the toy where it may. So talk.
Wanted to ask your advice.
I have some
We
advice. It depends on whether it's appropriate. What do you want?
I've been getting closer and closer to being a monster lately.
I
And
see that.
I want to put that to use and have someone have control over. I need a leash.
A leash.
Otherwise, I'm going to become a detriment. I think. And in long enough time. I need someone stronger than me to keep me in check.
What happened, Kane? It's not like you to ask for a leash. Let alone say that to me. What?
Lost control tonight.
Oh. Yeah, that happens.
Hurt people that I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
And
that happens.
Justified. It was justified in my head at the time, but I don't know.
Well, you know, it's okay to be kind of scary.
Yeah, I think I've given up on trying not to be. I might as well use it.
You don't look good.
I don't really feel good. I feel like I'm losing myself.
Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you do bad things. Did you do bad things?
I think so.
What kinds of bad things?
Oh,
Would they make Prince Warzi mad?
only if it ever got found out by the public. I ended up eating some. Alright, I'm looking around. It's safe to talk here, right?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
dumb.
I just didn't want to, you know. I ended up eating someone tonight. Couldn't control myself, so. But I cleaned up after myself. Nothing will ever be found.
Oh,
And
good.
someone that I cared about died tonight.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let that happen.
I didn't know what to do. On the one hand, if I protected them, I would have broken rules. And I don't like that. I don't want to break rules.
So you stood there with a big question mark on your head.
Oh, I let it happen. And then I lost my temper because it happened.
That's understandable. We get mad. We get mad when our stuff is broken or in the case, I guess, of people, they just die.
Yeah.
But people die, Kane.
I know.
They don't live forever. So you could always get another one.
That's true. That might be true. Anyways, I was thinking. We talked about me trying to become the Hound. Or, I don't know. Maybe I could study under you and learn to do what you do. Eventually you're going to get a better job, won't you? Or do you like your job? I never
You
really
want my
asked.
job?
No. Oh, I don't want to take your job. I just want a job that I can do.
You
The only
have a
way I'd
job.
ever... I want a job that I earned. You got to be your job because you're good at what you do, right?
Yeah.
It makes you proud.
No.
You don't think it doesn't make you proud to do what you do?
I kill people, Kane.
Yeah.
I am a vampire.
Yeah, so am I. I'm coming to terms with that. I want it to be better, but I don't think I am.
Well, that's... You're not gonna last very long. I'm gonna have to kill you, Kane. I didn't want to have to do it this soon.
Mm-hmm.
You already look like you don't walk. You're kind of funny. I don't like it.
I don't know what's happening. It just, everything seems to be changing.
Yeah, too fast. You're not supposed to look like you do until you're old. Like Prince Warzi old. He's very old. Like before... Like... It gets hard to talk. Because you just become... Just become... The thing. The beast. Even I know that.
Well, I do know that my particular lineage, we have a tendency that we can become that faster than normal. I think I might be the unlucky one that is like that.
Well, that's because they play with things they shouldn't.
Mm.
You play with entropy. Entropy will eat you.
That's true.
I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to disappoint you.
Well, you're one of my favorite toys, and now you're breaking.
Well, the only thing I can do is promise that if you ever have to take me out, I'll at least try to make it fun for you.
Fighting isn't fun, that's work.
Oh. Oh, I always thought that you might be like me and enjoy a good scrap.
No. I like playing.
Oh.
I like pretending. You're gonna have to get better at pretending.
I'm gonna work on it.
I don't like the idea of leashes.
Hmm.
Leashes mean that you don't get to choose to follow the rules.
Maybe a leash was a bad analogy. I don't want to be a detriment.
Well, you keep going like you are. Well, what good are you gonna be if you're dead?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out as a way to get around that. I want to make this mean something and give myself some kind of purpose.
You have to give yourself purpose. You can't do that. I can't give you a purpose. I don't
No,
want you to take my job. My job is mine.
I don't want to take your job either. I would never take anything from you. We're friends. Friends don't take from each other.
No. Exactly.
I don't know what to do. I'll have to figure it out.
It's okay not to know. But don't not know for too long. Find out what you want. What do you want, Kane? I wanted to be the most powerful little girl that ever lived. My sire gave me that. So here I am.
I know what I want.
What do you want, Kane?
I want to earn a place and have the respect that goes along with that.
I don't know what you mean.
Maybe I would like to be a hound. Earn the place of holding that position. Have people recognize that I did that. Have them respect me because I was able to do that.
Well, it takes more than just your fists. That much I know.
Yeah. I'm good at reading people. I can usually tell when they're lying.
Well, it's a good thing I don't lie.
He'll just smile.
And she'll put on like a really very forced looking grin. Almost like she's cringing, like she's doing it.
Yeah.
Do you want respect? Primogen gives you respect. But you're not satisfied with that, are you? You want more?
I didn't earn it.
So? You had to have earned it somehow, otherwise you wouldn't get it.
I just don't think I'm cut out to be a primogen.
Well, neither was Brocado, and look what happened to her.
I'd rather not end up like that, however it was.
Well, then don't. Respect is fake. Kids will either like you or they won't. Or they'll fear you or they won't. We're monsters, Kate.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure out something.
I mean, you're strong.
Yeah. I'll figure out a way to do something.
Just don't break the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Because then I'll have to get after you for breaking the rules. I don't want to do that, Kane. I don't want to destroy you. Not yet.
That's not a fight that I want to pick.
You wouldn't win.
I know. But you know I'd have to try. You know me.
Well, if you didn't try, then... Then what? Who even are you? You just give up.
I've never been one to just give up. Too stubborn for that.
Like me.
There's a reason we get along.
Mm-hmm. It's because I like you.
I like you too. It's really nice to have someone that's just not afraid of you.
Well, don't give me a reason to be afraid of you.
I didn't try to give anybody else a reason, but they're all terrified.
Yes, you did.
I didn't mean to. I didn't think about it.
You can pretend to be ignorant and childish, but you're not a child. You knew.
I knew that they would see what I was capable of, but I thought that they would see that I never had that gun pointed at them.
Did you not learn anything from back when you were in your fighting days?
Mm. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
One that takes mastery to wield. Something I've been doing for centuries.
That's one reason I wanted to try to learn from you.
I'm not a good teacher.
Yeah.
So, that doesn't stop you from learning, though.
No.
Because you've been a sledgehammer, not a sword.
Yeah, I need to refine myself, I guess.
That's kind of what you can think of it like. Refinement. Turn that sledgehammer into a rapier. Precise. It still does the same job. Just less clunky. More finesse. But the Sombra have always been sledgehammers, though. Maybe it goes against what you are. And I'm saying that being Bruja.
Well, either way, I'll figure something out, or
Or you won't,
Oh,
and you'll die.
yeah.
A
I'm
horrible,
okay with that.
horrible death.
I'm okay with that, though. I've already had more of a life than I thought I would.
If that's what you think.
I'm never going to stop trying to live, but
If
that's
you,
all I do. I've survived.
if you think being kindred is the best thing that ever happened to you,
No. I could have just ended up dead, though.
could
I
have,
got more than I expected.
should have.
Yeah. When they beat me to death, I shouldn't have woke back up. But I did. And I've been living on borrowed time ever since. Because even though I hear people talking about forever as a kindred, there is no forever. In a long enough timeline, everything ends. It's just ours is stretched out a lot longer.
That may be the case. But types like you only die when they say they're ready. Types like me only die when they're ready. Till then, everyone else is minced meat. I think with that, we're going to move on over to Shriek. Shriek, you've done some wandering. Done some wandering to find some place, any place, other than your haven to be right now. And possibly the one place that you know to go where you possibly won't be found is at your sire's door. A shack, run down, termite infested. You can see him crawling all in the wood.
Yeah, it's enough to end up making you sick if you weren't living with it at all times. Though then again, this isn't exactly a choice, it's a lack of options. If King gets a stick up his ass, he's coming to finish the job, and I know it. So, I'm going home because I got no place else to be. I look over this shit shack in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
Nestled kind of safely between Arlington and Dallas proper. Far enough away to be out of sight and not a bother to anyone else. Kind of stand at her door, the sort of half hanging off its hinges door, as, the top floor is not exactly haven material. It's when you get into the basement, made of concrete. Even that's starting to crumble a little bit.
Yeah, trying to imagine that the roof caves in and suddenly lets the light into the basement because it punched a hole through the floor is a very real possibility with my client's predicament. Honestly, some days I feel like the ugly ones got off light.
It's probably why she keeps a couple of unplugged deep freezes in the basement. Just in case. Make for excellent light shelter.
Well, in a pinch. It's not like we need to breathe.
Certainly not luxurious, but it's certainly light safe.
I walk up to the door before giving it that tiniest of knocks. I'm sure she already knows I'm here. Hell, half the bugs are probably telling her.
You hear light footsteps on the very creaky and sort of decaying wood inside. And when you see that she opens up the door, she kind of stops for a moment, looks at you, very slowly up and down, noticing that you are in terrible shape. Okay, first off, how hungry are you?
Recently fed.
Good. Now get in here. What happened?
You want the long version or the short version?
Whichever you're willing to tell. And she ushers you into the house properly.
A member of my coterie and fellow primogen apparently took exception to the fact that I ended up taking out some Second Inquisition brag. And while me and another were feeding upon them, he decided that that was enough. Be gentle, yeah. Telling that to a half-starved animal, and then you serve up its front as a rack of lamb right in front. What do you think was going to happen? Did my job for the Camarilla, and then I get beaten into torpor for it.
Oh my. No wonder. Christ. I'm shocked you're even standing.
I assure you, Christ had nothing to do with it. No. He just kind of hobbles himself, trying to end up making what works still work. Still can't work that shoulder at all. When he eventually finds some place to sit down, feeling rats and other kind of vermin suddenly scurry out from a chair that hasn't been used for anything other than a nest. I serve the Camarilla loyally, and they want to end up taking me out for it. Same old story.
Well, I'm glad you're still in one piece.
I had to glue some of it back together.
Well, by one piece, I mean, of course.
I know. I don't know what to do. I play by the rules. I keep people informed to try and get a little bit of this, a little bit of that along the way. Prove my loyalty, prove my capability. And even though I prove it, this is what they do. And there is nothing holding him back. My Sombra buddy wants me dead. The rest of them, well, they can wish me off of a fucking cliff. And all it takes is a snap of the fingers for the Sombra to finish the job. So I couldn't even go to my haven because he figured out where the hell that is. I don't know how.
Oh no.
Reminding me that he can take me out at any time, and then this happened, so probably going to be sitting there, if not sending his Scourge friend out there to find me. And if that wasn't bad enough, he's got a whole group of thin bloods ready to end up finding their chance. I'm sure one of them wants to come up.
Well, they won't get anywhere near you if I have anything to say about it.
And for what? Says, heard him say something about it's personal. I don't think half the neighborhood heard him screaming it. But of course, what does he do?
Personal.
Yeah. Wonder how personal it is. Like, whose side is he really on? Way he's talking. He ended up actually threatening our hound. Face to face. I can take the old man.
Mr. Singleton is no pushover. Something about that true solidarity.
Yeah, well. Yeah. It ends up turning into a whole nother thing. So I take them out. Hell, been trying to end up teaching two fledglings to end up covering their tracks and getting them fed so they're not causing more breaches to the masquerade. We've covered that up, but now we need them in order to end up serving as bait to end up being able to find out whoever the fuck sired them in order to end up figuring out who the hell ended up breaching the traditions in that regard. Trying to end up seeing if we can't make them upstanding members of Camarilla Society, give them some kind of fucking fighting chance. Got mauled for that too. End up having another member out there, a doctor amongst the Primogen, there at the council meeting. Apparently he told them that they can end up feeding in Arlington. Leave the shit on our front door and then end up going. And as soon as I found that out, he said he was done with them anyway. Got all he could. So now they're our problem. Been trying to end up tracking down these black vans for weeks. Finally get a lead. Finally get one. Finally end up getting one to end up asking how God knows what Singleton got out of him. The other one we ate. So that's two birds down. And then what?
You certainly do have a conundrum on your hands. Lucky for you. You can stay here as long as you need.
Yeah, I'd rather not make that a case too long.
As your sire, I make it freely available to you. You can even hunt in my domain.
He just slumps his head. Maybe
No
his
one-
neck broke.
No one's going to bother us here.
Just hide in the shadows. Be in the places that are forgotten. Is that it? Treat it like a bad hangover and hope to forget it in a couple weeks' time.
No, not at all.
I can't do what the rest of you do. I can't. Okay? I tried playing it your way. Play it quiet. Play it sneaky. Try and end up making sure that everybody doesn't know you're there. Like you don't exist.
Hmm.
I can't. I can't sit and watch and document and film anymore. I can't do that for the rest of eternity.
No one said you had to.
Funny, Nosferatu have kind of a reputation for that.
True.
I'm not like the other ones, I've seen what some of us can do. Crush stone with our bare fucking hands.
No different than Cain.
But I can't. I'm not built like that. He's a fighter since Zeus started. And then we have Anna, who's... well, let's just say she's missing a lug bolt or two. Nothing new there. Malkavian. And then there's Alex, who's trying to end up keeping control of the whole situation. Who, as long as I placate to her, she ends up feeling a little bit in charge. Fine. She ends up giving me that bit of a chance. But this is a mess. We're trying to end up figuring out how the hell to keep it all together, and we're supposed to keep Arlington together? Really?
It's almost like it's a setup.
I was thinking the same thing. But I don't know on how to make it work. I don't see all the angles.
Well, let's take stock of what you do know. Second Inquisition, you said that Cain had something personal in regards to them. Specifically, I'm gauging, based on the fact that you mentioned that there were several people in that vehicle.
2 of them, yeah.
That one of them was important.
Tried to end up saying they knew them. Be gentle.
That's a clear
Fucking
indication.
hard to do when you're half starved.
Understandable. The fact that he expected he expected things to go 100% smoothly, when really, in reality, we should be planning for the worst outcome. That's what we are, the worst outcome. And thus, not planning or accounting for it, or at least understanding that it's a possibility, is foolish.
I can't stand up to him.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to in the way that you think. A little patience goes a long way, Shriek. So
I'm
while
trying not. Go ahead.
So while you're not the cameraman you used to be, You still have skills. It could be very useful in this particular case. He's a man of action. Instant gratification, maybe. I'm sure you've figured out a couple of ways to leverage that. You're smart. He's a big, powerful brute. I would say he's much like his sire, except his sire has a cooler head now that he's older. Very like those two. Kane just wears it on his sleeve more openly.
I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Well, give it time, he'll be his own death.
Yeah, but will he kill me in the process?
If he does, he'll have me to contend with, if that helps you feel any better.
It doesn't.
Well, I know you don't like me.
I don't like this. Because I try so hard not to bitch and complain and cry about this whole thing.
I know.
But the whole world wants to keep kicking me in the teeth.
So kick back.
I do that and I'll be dead for sure. What am I supposed to do? Go to Kane's place, burn it to the fucking ground?
Maybe.
Hoist up his thin blunts by the neck and leave him bloodied out?
No.
End up going after...
That second might actually, raise some feathers when it comes to butting up against kindred and whether they count.
Why not? Massacre them all and have a few less mouths to feed, a few less problems in Arlington. Why not?
Because there are a few among us, powerful among us, who consider them kindred and they consider that a breach.
Doesn't stop them from doing the same. Kane proved that. The traditions mean nothing to him.
Technically, no. If he destroys you, then yes. Lopping every one of your limbs off, well, that's a Saturday afternoon to some. My point is, Shriek, is you don't have to like it. But there's gotta be some way that you can make it work, and you have at least one ally amongst the Nosferatu. Have you taken stock of what it is that you actually have?
What, Roach Motel with a couple of raccoons that keep deciding to start digging into my abdomen because something crawled up in there?
All of which could be
Concrete
eyes and
box.
ears. You do like to gather information. That much I know for sure. It's kind of...
I don't. I don't like it. That's the thing. I don't like it. I just do it because that is what everybody's expecting. And I happen to be good at it. There's a
Okay.
difference, okay? What I like, that went right out the window with my pulse, sweetie. And honey, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's ever coming back. Hopes, dreams, those are for the living.
Do you have no aspirations now?
I've been on survival mode since I started this gig. Yeah, Miss Moore. That's all I got left. Trying to end up being Primogen, making a joke of the fucking title, trying to end up playing the game like as if I'm some kind of elder. It's not me. I don't get to be me. I get to be fabulous, or I get to end up being a Nosferatu. I get to be somebody's worst fucking nightmare. I get to end up being a bug-infested fucking corpse. I get to be a lot of things, but none of this is what I wanted to be. What I want to be.
Then tell me. What did I steal from you?
My life.
Yes. I understand that.
Life isn't just a fucking pulse.
Just because you have no pulse doesn't mean you can't aspire to be something greater. I took you in because I saw the potential of what you could be. With a little bit of time, patience, skill, you could be anything. You have the mind of someone who knows the wheels. Someone who can be someone. Can make a difference in this city.
What kind of difference was I supposed to make, Miss Moore? Tell me. Because right now, I have to end up imagining on what Code Remade is going to take my head off this week. Right? Or what problem is it I gotta solve because our hound has too many holes in the dike at this point, and it's ready to break. How many more black vans do I have to hunt down while everybody else keeps their head low?
The fact that you have that going on is even more troublesome.
One less right now until they end up realizing something's missing.
That's good.
I couldn't even work up the courage to get out of that fucking box to ask my own questions. Because I knew Kane was right outside that door, and the second I raised it, he would have finished the goddamn job without a second thought.
Do you really think so?
Yes!
Why? What would he gain?
He doesn't think in terms of gain. He doesn't think! You said it yourself. Animal of impulse. You did something to make him mad, so he's going to break all of your teeth, he's going to end up folding you in half, and he's going to proceed to stomp your corpse out until his leg goes numb, and then afterwards he might think. When it's an inconvenience.
If he's that out of control, then leash him.
No, but there is nothing to leash him with. This guy doesn't care. His whole thing was be gentle. It was a foregone conclusion that she was dead. He is a walking corpse. I mean, literally looks like a walking corpse. Doesn't remember to blink. His eyes don't move. It's just his head. The guy is so detached at this point that I'm curious on what kind of rules he follows at all. And he's paired up with some of the most dangerous people in this entire city. Whatever he wants dead, gets dead real quick. At this point, I'm pretty sure he's just letting me marinate in it, just to have some fun with me later.
That is quite a sticky situation. Between a rock and a hard place, you. That one might require some thought. And maybe a visit to a primogen or two.
Talking to one, he doesn't respect the title. He doesn't care. He'll say it up until he ends up getting mad. As soon as you get him mad, he ends up doing exactly what he does.
No, I wasn't necessarily speaking to Kane. Or any of your coterie. I was more meaning...
What primogen would ever end up giving me the time of day, far less actually want to help? I saw what the other ones are like. I saw what they do. And I gotta pretend, time and time again, this is acceptable. I gotta pretend like I'm emotionally detached. I gotta end up playing it up for the class.
I don't know.
Because otherwise they end up finding out what really bothers me. They have to end up finding out all of these things, and I could just scream at the top of my lungs, and no one would hear. No one would care. And I get that. I'm on my own here.
No, you're not. You've never been alone, Shriek.
The Nosferatu don't want anything to do with us. They're all a part of Warzy's clan. They don't even look at us as Nosferatu. The rest of the city might, but not by much. I try and give them their fair share of info when I can. But there's only so much I can end up doing when I'm spending all my time trying to hunt things down, trying to get information, trying to get contacts, trying to spread out. But
I don't know.
there's nothing.
I could have swore that Primogen Abraham was cozying up to you a lot.
Where did you hear that?
Whispers.
Didn't think anybody came to talk to you.
They might not like me, but I still have my own skill set to offer, and they come when I'm needed. I let them come. I let them wait. Let them bathe in their own filth before they come and see me. Because let's be honest, they all live in sewers.
Some prettier than most.
Some. But I'm a puzzle solver. I solve puzzles that people can't crack. And when they need me, they come running. And in payment, a little off the top when it comes to info.
Sister Charity is telling me that a lot of her congregation is scared. They're not sure on what's going to happen. Miss Kaufman still wants me dead, so I'm so glad that certain things are as inevitable as the sun rising and falling.
That one I'm familiar with.
Got Gerard Norris, newcomer, who is a fucking mystery to everybody else.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
Thin Blood Madame's gone missing. Haven't found them out yet. Haven't figured out any questions on that.
She's missing.
Up and disappeared. That's why we were looking for the black vans.
And you didn't find her tonight in the black van.
No.
Means they've taken her elsewhere.
I got torpored before I can ask questions. And then Kane was there when he could end up asking questions. And by that point, it was either find a new haven or spend there answering questions with nowhere to go.
How much do you know about Madame?
Thin Blood, I think she said something about her sire being ministry. Told that she is apparently very much a people person. Gets along with our Malk very well. And Child of Malkav ends up getting along with Thin Blood. You know something's up.
She came here from Detroit. Had a lot to say to Prince Worsey about the subject. And the rumors have obviously traveled.
Obviously. That's not bad enough. I don't know what we're doing. I'm just stumbling in the dark, trying to end up plugging holes wherever I can, put on my charm. Try and end up making sure that everybody feels like they have a watchful eye over them.
Must be exhausting.
It is. And now, I had a sledgehammer aimed at the back of my head, and he fucked it up on the first swing, so he's going to try again.
That's if he's smart. If. Big if. Just don't go giving him ideas.
I stay as far away from him as possible.
Well, you can't do that forever.
Maybe not, but I'd like to end up living the next week at the very least.
Well,
I mean, I'd like to end up believing that I don't have the shortest eternity.
you won't. No, you won't. You're more clever than that.
Clever didn't help stop this from happening.
Well, maybe not. But it can prevent
Nobody
it.
could have saw this coming. Nobody.
No one.
How was I supposed to know that somebody new was in there? How could I even account for that? How did I know that I would just step on another pet of his that he likes to keep around? What the hell was I supposed to do? We were supposed to make an exception for this one?
No, obviously not.
No. I'm not equipped to suddenly make these disappear. It's not like I can make people forget. I just...
But you know those who can. Don't you? Singleton comes to mind.
don't know. Singleton, for all I know, is just waiting out the clock. He tries to end up doing his patrols and tries to end up answering what he can, but
Stretched thin.
there's too many.
Stretched
And I'm
very
trying
thin.
to help him out. I'm trying to give him the info he needs. I'm trying to direct them as I can, but let's be real here. I'm not exactly a people person. Not in that way.
Why do you think that is?
It's hard to be a people person when everybody's trying to kill you.
Not everyone's trying to kill you, Shriek.
The list is pretty long enough to end up saying that there's more on it than isn't.
And how many of them are in the same situation that you are? Stretched too thin.
How many of them are here currently all locked up in a coterie with me?
I can't speak to your coterie. You know them better than I do. I'm just trying to help you as best I can. You're my child, so I do have some vested interest in your continued existence.
Yeah, if only for a little bit of info.
Shriek, is that what you think of me?
I think I'm here because it managed to save your hide. And now... Now I'm just trying to end up finding a way to end up continuing to exist. And you know what the worst part is? The worst part is that I know you live out here because somehow in that rotten, centipede-infested heart of yours, you actually care.
I do.
Because you stay out here so it doesn't bring everybody else's house down. I gotta stay in a concrete basement kind of for the same reason. We don't move into neighborhoods to turn them to shit. We look for places that are already shit. So we don't get noticed. And so we don't cause more damage. That's all I got. I'm just a walking goddamn infestation. Reminding of the plagues of Egypt. And who knew that was what I was walking around with?
You think I chose you because you were only good for information?
Having a hard time thinking of any other reason. You need, I deliver. So I try to play to those terms.
And when was the last time I needed, Shriek? The day
Shows I
you
haven't
were
been
accepted
doing
in court.
He stops and he just hangs his head, defeated, looking down at the floorboards, occasionally seeing something skitter or crawl.
And she comes up to sit next to you. Just kind of wraps her arms around you. I chose you because I like you. The real you. The one you've locked away.
I don't think I know who that is anymore.
Maybe. Maybe he's changed a little in 15 years. Time does that to people. But it's been 15 years, Shriek. We could work together. I've always been in your corner. And if you need help with anything, I owe you that much. Your family.
I mentioned what a joke. What a fucking joke.
Only if you treat it as such. Carries a lot of weight in the Camarilla court. You only need take it seriously.
If it was an elder or an ancilla, but not a single title divided amongst a handful of fucking fangs. Just barely know anything. I play the role. I play the role like a starring actor, as it was expected. That's where the spotlight is. But I'm not a leader.
I don't think any of you are. Maybe that's why there's 4. And Ancilla would have all 4 of your capabilities and more at their disposal. The physical, the mental, the charismatic, the insightful, the people, the places, the things, the money. That would be one kindred on their own to develop over time. You have 4. I don't know.
I get it. I do. But what am I supposed to do?
Well, what do you want? I think I asked you that same question the night I embraced you.
I want to stop playing in shadows.
Then don't. Don't be in the shadow. Just because it's expected of a Nosferatu, you are an unusual Nosferatu.
Yeah, we can blame my sire for that. He
Take pride in that, actually. I like being unusual. Makes me stand out. And yes, the bugs are a nuisance. A rotting home is not exactly ideal. But if you can turn a nuisance into an asset, I have millions and millions of eyes on us in this entire room. Means that if something were to happen, somebody would eventually be able to find out. It's like having security cameras. Except they're not electronic.
Yeah, they're only allergic to a can of Raid.
Well, yes. But someone who could speak with animals, they might be able to find out something if they were to come to find my home. Little optimism.
I'm missing that. And he kind of just leans his head into his sire. Goes quiet, lost in his own head. He's trying to forget that she's the one who murdered him. He's trying to forget that he's embraced to save her ass, and then his own. He's trying to forget what he is being held by, and what awaits for him outside of these walls. These decrepit, rotting, infested walls.
Shall we turn in?
Yeah. I don't have much fight left.
I'll go hunting for us first thing. For now, just rest. And rest assured, he will not he will regret the day that he laid a hand on you. Mark my words. I think that would be a good place for us to put these kindred to sleep. And we will start a new evening next time.
Okay.
Thanks for playing, guys.
No worries.
Oh, okay. Fat guy's still here. He just turned his camera off. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. It got really hot.
No worries. I figured something. I just had to check the voice chat, and so just to make sure that you're still here. I thought maybe you dipped.
Yeah, no, it for some reason it got really hot, so I had to go sans shirt.
Huh.
And
Valid. Fair enough. Well, we have two kindred to resolve stage 4.
Nah, no one did anything of consequence.
So I need some remorse checks, guys. Ooh, yikers. Yikers, Kane. You feel vindicated about everything. You have no regrets. She had to die. Plain and simple. Oh, poor Shriek.
Oh wait, I wanted to argue. I might have given me another dice, or no, it would just be the blank spots, right?
Yeah, blank spots. So if it would have been
That
one
would-
dice, yeah, still probably.
Never mind.
Yeah, doesn't change the number of dice. So sadly, it does not change your outcome. But Shriek also lost some humanity too. You needed it, man. Needed the blood. And he'd overheard too much too, so it was either going to be you or it was going to be the girls. As far as including Anna, I think Anna will remain off the poll for tonight because we didn't get really a scene with Anna at all. So in that particular case, so we'll it's just Kane and Shriek that we've got as far as our cast members for today. So you do get to recover some willpower based on whether you work towards ambitions or desires today. So you got that going for you, and then you have your experience. You get the 1 for showing up. So congratulations. And then now between the two of you, we decide who had moved the plot, who had the best scene, and who had our best line.
Fuck,
So
how are we going to decide this bullshit?
I know. It's hard. It's all good. But, and then there's the audience XP, so that you, the audience, can actually, give us an idea who your favorite for tonight is. So, who moved plot?
That would be Kane.
In a very bad way.
Hmm.
Well, nobody asked if it was positive or negative. They just asked.
Yeah.
Move the plot could be in a forward or backwards or sideways direction.
I moved things.
You did. I will have to agree. So, not that my opinion matters much, but so long as you two both agree. Yeah. Oh. So I'm guessing you agree there, fat guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Best scene.
Let's go into Kane for specifically Totally and Shriek.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know.
He lost a touchstone in this. I'm giving it to him.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I was going to say that your scene with your sire was pretty good, but I won't deny. I'll take it, I guess.
All right. Well, there you have it. Best line. Funny or poignant?
I know I had 2 funny ones. When you looked at Shriek, like, let's be honest, I'm more of your type anyways, and walked away. But I don't know. I have no idea. That's the only one.
We'll end up going with that one for Kane then. I don't have any particular standout lines that I'm easily recollecting. So.
Well, there you have it.
Oh,
As far
jeez.
as far as decisions between the two of them, Kane takes a sweep. We have the audience poll still going. It's about halfway, a little over halfway done, and it looks like Shriek has the lead so far. but that could change on a dime. So keep voting, guys. It's a bit rough for the session today, but y'all doing okay?
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
All right. Some very tough things started going on today. So
True.
yeah, that's some very touching and very fist involved scenes. Kane did a lot of punching. He did a lot of provoking. But that's what Kane do. Kane do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to build that up.
Any XP expenditures today?
No, I only have 3 points of expenditures, but I haven't really done anything that would end up letting me think, okay, yeah, I can end up getting additional contact or additional resource or anything like that. I haven't really played or done something where it's like, yeah, I think it's about time we need to end up taking a specialty in this, given how frequently I do it. So,
yeah. A couple of things on the back burner, maybe. Some things to work on. What about for Kane? Does Kane have any expenditures?
I don't know. I have experience. I just don't know what to spend it on yet. I'll have to figure it out.
Fair. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a little tired, but this poll's almost over. We've got 8 votes so far, and Shrink is in the lead. There's still plenty of time to sniper it. But yeah.
Shriek deserves something for what I put him through tonight.
Man, Shriek got turned into pancake. I felt so bad. Shriek, you got the audience's favorite today.
Yay!
Yay!
For once.
Yay!
Thank you, guys.
We love Shriek. Shriek is a man who is going through it. He's going through it.
It's true. It's true.
Well, that concludes everything for tonight that we have here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we're gonna say goodnight. If you're following on YouTube and not subscribed or not following on Twitch, you really should, because we go live every Wednesday for Blood and Iron Dead Man's Hand, and we recently had a schedule change where we're starting at 9 o'clock Central Time now. And for Rebirth, a D&D tale, we're doing on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Time instead of Thursdays, as my day job has forced me to adjust my schedule. But you can always check out the Discord so that you can keep up to date on when it is that I go live. I don't know that I actually posted a go live tonight. Oops. But if you're following on Twitch, you won't need Discord, so it's fine. But I know, Raven. You're testing at me. My mod. I love my mods. They're great. But yeah. And if you are following on Twitch, you really should go check out YouTube, because I've got all of the past VODs on there from all of our past Chronicles. So, San Antonio by Night, San Antonio by Night Aftermath, we have War in the Soul City, we have all of that up there. All of it. So, go and check it out. If you want something to listen to in like a podcast form and you don't mind cringing at some of our old antics,
some of our new antics.
Or some of our new stuff, because I post all the new stuff there too. That's all on YouTube. So check out YouTube. youtube.com/@CoffeeCat presents. So and I'm here on Twitch on twitch.tv/CoffeeCat presents. And you can probably find me at CoffeeCat presents on a lot of different socials, but I don't really post on socials much, so. But with that being said, we're going to find somebody to raid, and we're going to say goodnight to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So, say goodnight, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.